bourbon. They just don't make it like they used to.
Or do they?
We're getting ready to find out.
We took 5 modern day bourbons.
And 5 older counterparts of those same bourbons.
And we're getting ready to test them blind.
Okay, so not super scientific.
You don't see a lab coat?
No lab coats. They won't sell them to us, but we're gonna try it out. Now there's a couple here that maybe aren't the best because they are different batches. We're talking about the Stag and the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, but you know, we've been lucky enough to drink them throughout the year, so I think it's more just...
Consistency?
Is one gonna stick out like, this is so different than anything I can remember in the past umpteen years, and that's how I figured that one out.
Oh wait, I remember this.
Right, yes. Days of yesteryear.
So we're not trying to do like a vintage versus modern comparison.
Not yet.
One day, I think the closest we have is like a 7-year age gap up to a 15-year age gap. So they're still all technically modern day within, you know, earliest of the bourbon boom potentially to more recent.
So like I said, these are blind. All we know is
we have 5 sets.
That they are sets. So let's just go ahead and pull a set forward.
Do it.
So one of these is the older, and the other one is modern day. As modern day as we could. Some of those we went and actually bought bottles today.
Ooh la la.
Also ooh la la.
Ooh, that'll wake you up.
It's rich with the caramel.
Same here. A lot of caramel, vanilla, a hint of fruit. That is all the classic notes.
Okay.
It smells delicious.
To your health. Oh wow. Wow. I'll say if this is modern day, then it's a good time to be alive. This is rich. I don't feel like it's very high proof. Man, it's got a great mouthfeel. It's already going into the Kentucky hug. I want to take a second sip, maybe shoot the same as yours, and then we're gonna switch.
Okay. This is very good. Is it great? I don't know if it's great. I haven't compared it to this one yet. I mean, I can say that I don't feel up front like it's the older one, or maybe they'll be closer to the same. It doesn't have what you described, I did not experience. While it is still good, it is not what I experienced.
Okay, so I haven't drank one that you had first, but the more I let it sit on the palate, I'm like, there's a lot of oak in this one. And I'm talking about the one that you were now holding.
Okay.
Buttery, syrupy, like, great mouthfeel on that one.
Give that one a nose that I just had.
Different. Not
Very
as luscious.
different. If you asked me to pick based off of the nose alone, this is the older one. No.
Well, okay, you're already throwing a not a thesis.
That doesn't mean better. I'm just telling you based off of my sensory experiences.
I know, but we're not here to guess which one is old and new. We're just here to weigh in on which one we like the best. So you already threw out a hypothesis.
Do you want to see me guess?
Okay, this is nutty.
This one comes across with a little bit more spice, almost like the proof is dialed up a little bit. The one that I had first, the one that you're now holding, to me, I felt like the flavors were really good. Maybe it was just a touch thin.
Yeah,
like it wasn't
thinner.
super complex, whereas I feel like this one has a little bit more layering. It still has those caramel, vanilla, a little bit of fruit, a little bit of spice, but it feels just like it has more body to it.
Yeah, this one is thinner. I'm missing that one.
I don't want to give it back to you.
I want that one back.
We can switch. I mean, I see the through line, but like, I think that this one has it on the nose, the mouthfeel, the palate, the finish. Like, it just has it.
Wow.
I know. So, okay, I think it's obvious.
I like this one the best.
We like this one the best.
The one that I started with.
All right, I agree. I also like the one that you started with best. Shall we see what we're drinking?
Let's see what we're working with. Whoa.
So this is an Elijah Craig Small Batch 2023.
This is Elijah Craig Small Batch 2016. Oh.
I think that's quite a difference.
Wow. This one doesn't have a big red 12, but it is the old pirate bottle.
Let's see.
I think you have it over
We've
there?
got it right here. This is what they are.
Okay, so this is one that I went out today.
We wanted a today bottle.
Yeah, I went out and got this one. This one I cracked today.
So both neck
took the plastic off and everything, cracked it in fact.
Well, as you can see, it's only...
Look, yeah, that happens.
That happens with them.
That happens. And from what I can tell, the bottles changed to this shape in 2017. So this one could even be a 2015, but the red 12, I feel like there's this little window where the red 12 went, or the 12-year age statement really. There was a time where it was on the front, then it went to the back. This one has neither. So these are both non-age stated Elijah Craigs. So that's why I think this is a 2016.
I'll tell you right now, like, I want to believe that there hasn't been a change. I want to believe that.
Well,
it would be better for us
right?
today. I would like to believe that nothing has changed. Based on this initial test,
something's changed.
they're different.
They
right?
are different.
this one is superior
Sure.
on the mouthfeel, the finish. Honestly, in all categories, it was superior.
Now we don't want to make this an hour-long episode, so we're not going to go into all the reasons why things could be different. But just real quickly, bourbon's more popular now than ever, which means more barrels are being made, which means the trees are younger. That can be a thing. Like there's since it's not age stated, they could technically be putting younger in here, although they would probably not say that if you asked them.
Well, and potentially when they initially switched from the Red 12, maybe they were still using like 10 to 12, just so that the youngest didn't have to be 12 anymore for this type of bottle, whereas they may have slowly inched it back a little bit and a little bit and a little bit. I still think this is a good product. I'm not mad about it, but absolutely. I am sad about this.
Yeah.
All right, let's do another test.
All right. Lovely. Not a real, what I would call a real big nose.
Yeah, not super strong.
It's got some baking spice in there.
Yeah, this is like a delicate brown sugar baking spice, and strangely like a little bit of savory, salty, almost like a bacon fat type of a note. I like it. I mean,
a little dry rub.
Smells a little hearty, but I like that.
Hearty. Well, here's to your health. Oh.
Well, hello there.
So we're both happy.
I'm not unhappy.
Okay.
But again, we have nothing to compare it to yet.
Mm-hmm.
This feels high proof to me. I would say that it gives that appearance of something around that proof, 120-ish, maybe a little bit higher. I don't know. I think it has a lot of body, it's rich, it's oily, good mouthfeel, just a bold presence, and I'm into it.
We are switching now.
Okay. Man, and the finish on that one. It just tastes like blondies, like blondie brownies that just like really rich and...
Blondes have more fun.
Brown sugar, basically a brown sugar brownie.
There you go.
I think the nose on these is very similar.
I would agree. So consistency on the nose.
Yes, for sure.
Check mark.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Yours is a little hotter, I think.
Yeah, this one's a little less bite.
Ooh, this one has a little bit of bite.
Oak. And a little drier, I would say.
Very similar flavors.
I can see why you said this is higher proof.
Yeah. Well, this one has it more up front. It's more of a sharp bite, and that one really hangs around and it gets you, like, it keeps going and it builds a bit.
Sticking in the mouth, but this one is in the chest, where this one not so much.
It was more bite initially. Yeah. I think I prefer this one.
Got more going on.
It has a little bit more... complexity, and it has that more even distribution of like the proof, whereas I feel like this one you're just getting like a whoosh.
Yeah. Switching back.
Okay, great. I'm happy about that.
Because when you're tasting, when you're trying to, there it is. You gotta switch and then switch again. So you have it, new thing, back to the old thing. It's just
that old A/B test.
The scientific way to do it.
I think this one's better.
Yes.
Overall.
I agree. The one that you started with is my favorite.
Agreed.
So what are we drinking, Sarah?
I knew it.
Wow.
This is Stag Junior batch number 7 of fall of 2016.
Yeah, so this one is actually the antithesis of this episode came from this being Stag No Junior batch 18. So
and you were like, I wonder what
gone
the
are the juniors. Like, is it a big deal that it's 18 and it's not a junior anymore? And that's sort of how this whole episode came about. So yeah, so this technically is winter 2022.
If you ask me on this one, I think that these are more comparable, right? I think that this is more of just a batch variant of the one that you were sipping, just coming across hotter.
Yeah.
This is one where I would say I don't think that it's changed much over time, other than this one just happens to be a hotter release. I think that's more of a batch variant.
What a proof. Didn't write it.
You didn't write it, but guess what the bottles are over there.
130?
130, so I was low. I said 120 or higher.
131. We're getting ready to go into our third round. Since we just had Stag Junior, we should probably
let's take a
pump the brakes and take a little breather. Perfect time to tell you about whiskyambitions.com. It's our home on the internet where you can get the t-shirt that I'm wearing, the long sleeve that you're wearing, all of the Glencairns that we're drinking from here today on this episode.
And the lens covers.
The lens covers that we've been covering them up with, our water glasses, copitas, rocks glasses, bottle cut candles, and more always coming soon. That's whiskyambitions.com.
Ew. You can become a patron at patreon.com/itsbourbonnight and join our community for as little as $1 a month. That is where we release our exclusive barrel picks, the opportunity to participate in barrel picks, discounts on that merch, after the episode exclusives, and more.
Yeah, just released a Four Roses barrel pick.
We did.
We'll be right back. And we're back. It's our third round.
Another round.
We've already had a stag in us. Okay, here we go.
I don't know if I like that. Oh, man. Wait, okay, we're both having really good reactions to this one.
No, wait till you smell this one.
No, wait till you smell this one.
No, wait till you smell this one. Butter, brittle, peanut, loveliness, summer breeze, warm memories.
Chad's writing his classifying right now.
That cafe in Paris.
Reading Inside in the Rain. Man, this is caramely, buttery. I don't know.
I think this
is a good sign.
From the description, but I don't know which one's.
I'm not playing that.
We don't play that.
This is light and yet still a hint of nutty, very caramely. It's easy. This is very crushable.
Is it like Sunday morning?
Could be.
Okay, switching. Oh, different.
Oh, yeah.
Different.
I want that one back.
I mean, just based off the nose.
This smells fine and smells good, but it is not that.
This smells more caramel, melted
buttery.
caramel, almost a vintagey funk to it.
I could drink a large quantity of that in a safe way.
In a safe space. But where's the mouthfeel, Sarah? Where'd the mouthfeel go? It's over there.
Okay, so my theory is this one has more nuttiness to it.
It does.
It's a little bit bolder, a little bit more of the barrel influence, whereas this one is more light and airy, but it does have that really rich, buttery carameliness.
Like you.
I think that you like this one because it's bold and nutty. I like that one better. You can go ahead and switch
hold
me
on.
back
I haven't
right now.
had a second sip yet. Slow your roll.
That doesn't mean I'm right. There's no right or wrong. This is an episode about preferences.
This one to me just tastes a little thinner, I believe. Let me switch
Yoink.
back. Yikes.
Give me
There.
that. Mouthfeel, mouthfeel, mouthfeel.
Mouthfeel.
No, it's good, but it's not this.
Okay, after having that, this has lost a little bit of the magic. I will fully admit that. But when I first had it,
It's good until you compare it to this one, and you're like, oh wait, it's
I
totally
didn't really
solid.
notice it until the back and back. You know what I mean? I see what you're saying now. I see what you're saying. But man, not comparing anything to anything, that one, where have you been all my life?
Yeah.
I think this is Knob Creek, and I think one of us is drinking a modern one, and well, obviously another one is like an old one, and they're both really good.
Listen, I agree.
What's the old one? That one.
I agree. If this is modern day, then I want this to be the modern day one. Truly.
I think this one's the modern day.
I
Let's find
agree.
out. Yes, Knob
Correct.
Creek, modern day, and
Knob Creek,
of
old. Yesteryear.
Now, here's what happened. It's
So let me tell you what happened. Here's what
it's so
happened.
old. This is another fresh crack.
The cork disintegrated.
I've never had that happen on a Knob Creek before. Now, this is of the ones we're trying here, the biggest age discrepancy. Okay, modern. You know what modern day Knob Creek looks like? It's this. This one couldn't find a date or any type of code underneath to really know. This thing on here, and maybe you guys can help us out.
I haven't seen one of those things in a long time.
Well, this is back when Basil Hayden's still had an 8-year age statement, so that should be a clue. But the printing of this little neck tag, 1996. Now, Jim Beam used to not change things for a while.
Right.
So this could have been well into the early 2000s. So that's why I'm calling this late 90s, early 2000s.
Knob Creek.
Knob Creek. 9-year age stated.
Yep.
9-year age stated is back on this one. I'm happy with modern day Knob
I'm
Creek.
happy with modern day Knob Creek too, but
Let me try.
no.
We got a full bottle.
I don't.
We poured it into
Where is
another
it?
one and sipped
Yeah,
it.
we had to do a whole project. It was a class project.
It's now in
in here.
Calumet Farms bottle. Ah,
Okay, next round. Man, it's been a while since this feels very bourbon bowl-y to
well,
me.
yeah, bourbon bowl or like a big flight.
Yeah, big flight bite.
Caramel, richness, desserty,
This is like a lot of buttered corn, creamed corn.
creamed corn. Ah, okay. I feel like this one has more of a nose.
I mean, it smells like a easy to drink bourbon, but it smells like creamed corn with a little bit of spice.
Okay,
I mean, it's good.
it's solid.
It's solid.
This one's solid.
Corn forward.
Higher on the rye.
It's got, towards
this
the
one.
finish, the spice does build. A little bit more of like cinnamon clove.
This one's really solid. You know, hard act to follow that Knob Creek.
Yeah, that's true. I am coming off of that Knob Creek and that delicious Stag Junior. So
Yeah.
things put with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Less corn forward, a little bit more of like a dark cherry, spicy.
Yeah, I like that nose better.
Yeah, this nose has more depth.
The taste is more similar, but
I don't need to go back again. You go back again. I will say the one that I started with, very easy, very I wouldn't call it light, but just drinkable. This one you can taste a bit more of the barrel influence, and you get more of that really.
It's thicker.
It's got it's more rich, more personality, more layers. The spice has more layers, whereas I feel like this one is just like corn, spice. And it's good. There's more to read into there, right?
Yeah.
Like if you went on a date with these two, like the conversation was good, it was fine. But this one, like
there were sparks.
You're staying till closing time because the conversation is so good, and I'm not gonna continue after that.
So this is a perfect example of this one was fine, or this one was fine. But you go back to this one, you're like, oh no, there it is. So this one compared to last round, which now we know is Knob Creek, made this one seem a little low. But then you try to this one, and you come back, you're like, oh no, actually.
Yep. It's
so this one, let's find out what we're drinking. Okay, this is the Wild Turkey from 2013, we believe.
And this is a Wild Turkey 101 from this year, from
today, bought today. So a handle that has been opened, so there's a little bit of a variable there. We recognize
it. Versus the new bottle.
A fresh crack of today. However, they did sit in the Glencairns resting for about 15 minutes each, so that we gave them that. But this one has been opened for a little bit. The fact that it's in a 175 versus a 750.
The alcohol.
If they were new, I wouldn't consider that a variable.
I think that the product that goes into both of these was sitting in a giant vat altogether. Yes. So some people think that it tastes different. Like the bigger bottles taste better than the smaller bottles. Personally, I don't buy into that.
More air that can sit in here, I could see that, but off of a neck pour, I don't.
I guess all that to say, the difference between these two, like the layers of complexity in this one versus this one is still very good, but
10 years difference,
doesn't have that same je ne sais quoi, whatever. I don't think that can amount to just this being a neck pour.
I think so too.
And we have thought that ever since we bought these bottles.
Right, it's true.
So, all right, one more round.
Bring them in.
You know what?
Okay.
You didn't have to put it back on. Let's see what we got.
Well, this one's dark and process of elimination.
You know what it is. I think I know what it is. He did all the pouring, so I just showed up.
Heaven. I'm in heaven.
Now we're gonna get copyright issues.
Because it was so spot on. That's a good nose.
Rich brown sugar, oak.
Yes, it's got a molasses sort of.
Yeah,
there.
For sure. Molasses is a good word.
Okay.
And just a hint of an unspecified, slightly nutty quality. Maybe like a hazelnut.
Wow.
Stop.
Wow.
Quit.
Okay, we're both happy. That's good. That's a good sign.
Oh, this brings peace to my soul.
It's got a lot of rich fig or date type of just like molasses. It's
like a sweet, rich, dark
richness.
Fruit.
Fruit, yeah, stone fruit. It's got a little bit of barrel in there. Maybe even flirting with a little bit of like pipe tobacco type of thing. Very good.
That sounds very enticing.
Yeah, second sip.
Okay. This is super solid.
Oh.
I'm really feeling like this is dark. It has the richness. It has a lingering pepper, cinnamon, sweet honey, berry, dark, yummy, oaky, all the things. I'm thinking it's going to be hard to beat this one.
Let's try it.
Okay. I don't want to let it go.
I kind of missed that nose.
Okay, and this is happening to me now. I said those things until I smelled this.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you writing home about over here? Have you been to that neighborhood?
The nose on this one is better.
I mean, it's a good nose.
Be still my heart.
But not after that nose. All right, I'm going in. Okay, this one's good. It's a little drier. I feel like if I had not had that one first, I would be praising this one more.
Who is she? She can leave. What was I even saying? This is like before I met you, Chad.
Oh, wow.
This is you.
Oh, yay! Ding. Yeah, this one's fine. It's good. It's fine.
Now I kind of wish I didn't know, though. So I feel like our theory, or our lack of theory, is being theorized.
We don't know yet. You want to go ahead and find out?
We kind of do.
You thinking that one? I mean, that's my favorite.
This is my favorite as well.
Yeah, let's find out.
I hope it's modern day.
That would be great.
That would be great.
Nope.
This is Elijah Craig Barrel Proof C915. So this was the third release of 2015. It is 135.6 proof, and man.
Old pirate bottle here.
This is this. And this is
This is the
And
most
who are
current. A123.
I still feel like that is very good.
125.6 proof. Yeah, still very good unless you tried this one first.
Unless, okay, this is good unless you also taste this one and then you're like,
Now,
get out.
also, we've been working on this one for a little while. There's that variant, okay.
We've tried we've had a few
This one
pours
has been
out of
cracked
this
for a while. You can actually go watch that episode if you want. But this is our earliest Elijah Craig barrel proof that we own. 2015 is what you said?
2015.
Yeah.
Late 2015.
Goodness.
This is one of my favorite things I've tasted this far this year, and it's not even from this year.
It's from 8 years ago.
We've had it. We've just been sitting here with it.
Yeah, not knowing that bourbon is slowly getting worse. Is that where we are? Is that the conclusion,
Okay,
Sarah?
so I don't know if that can be the 100% solid conclusion, because
Did we not pick
we did.
the older of every single round?
Yes, correct. The evidence from this one trial between these two people, so we've got a
Of
limited
these 5 bourbons.
we've got a limited population of both people and bourbons to compare them to.
Small sample size.
And we have more than one variable, right? Like different year gaps. We have different
Bottle fill levels.
you know, things
Et cetera,
like that.
et cetera.
So there are more than one, if we're putting our science hats on, we didn't have a control. There's more than one variable.
Yep.
But I would say
Batches be batches.
correct, batches be batchin'. And they're supposed to be different, and that's fine. But the results of this do indicate that you and I can at least pick up on things that were maybe a little bit higher quality 7 to 15 years ago.
Or at least a different ball game, a different flavor profile, a different experience. I guess that's the main takeaway. A different experience.
Right. And what I'll say is I don't think it's like a complete departure. It's not like it's not like we're back to the rectifying days where everybody's adding a bunch of weird stuff to these bottles to like stretch what they have as far as they can go.
But
We can see most of the through lines.
bourbon has never been as popular as it is right now.
Tomorrow, after
is-
this episode comes out, it'll be more popular than it was today.
Exactly. Exponentially. Not because of the episode.
No,
but
not because of us.
Yeah, because of the episode.
No.
Everyone's going to be like, let's buy bourbon.
They're gonna blame us.
Yeah, that's Fred Minnick's bag. He gets blamed for things.
That's what happens when you're on top.
It's both a great time to be a bourbon drinker because more and more expressions are coming out, and you know, because
The
of the
world is your oyster.
popularity, yeah, you have so many more options. It's also bad because it's popular. So it's a double-edged sword, right?
These companies are trying to take what they have that takes.
They're trying to keep up also.
Right. I mean, let's be honest. Like quality products, especially like here in Kentucky, we're looking at 4 years to make it. If you want to play in the ball game with most of these things, we're talking a minimum of 4 years. Probably you're playing more in the 6 to 12 year range if you're trying to put out quality,
Yeah.
good, you know, products that people want. You cannot force that time. It has to happen naturally.
Yeah.
So I think we're seeing people try to keep up, and I'm not going to call anybody out specifically because like I don't feel.
We tried different distilleries
Right,
in this whole thing.
But I do think that from a business standpoint, they're challenged to meet a high demand with the same amount of product it is growing now. But again,
Sure.
it takes time to catch up.
Yeah.
And I do think that we can taste where maybe some changes have been made to try to keep up with that demand.
Now, I can, anticipate this question coming in the comments. Would this have tasted the same as it does now in 2023 as it would have in 2015? Is it sitting in the bottle changed any? And that's even if this were a fresh, take the cellophane off crack, would it taste the same? And yes, in theory, there is a very small percentage of, even with it completely sealed, oxidation, But time machine wise, if we went back to 2015 and tasted this, would it taste just like this? And all signs mostly point to yes, with a small percentage of variance. So it's not like it
not like
gets
wine.
better in the bottle.
Yeah.
It's just the barrels are made, again, older trees.
There are many variables.
Probably older product going into it because it wasn't as popular. It was still popular back in 2015, but not as popular. Different variables. That's a discussion we would love to continue in the comments down below
Right, what do you
because
guys
this
think?
episode is getting really, really long.
It is.
Yeah.
We want to know what you think.
We do. But thanks for sticking with us, especially if you made it this long. Hey, if you haven't subscribed to us already, 2023 is your year. You can do so by clicking right up here. There's suggestions of other videos down here. Hope to see you over there in one of those. Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Chad.
Okay, until next time, drink more bourbon.